Joan of Arc, a teenager who saved her nation. Joan of Arc was born January 6, 1412, in the village of Domremy, France. Joan of Arc had many names. Some called her Joan the Maid of Orleans because of the battle, Maid of God, or even Daughter of God. She earned yet another name, Saint Joan of Arc, because after her death, she was canonized as a saint. When Joan was 13 years old, she started to hear the voices of the saints, Catherine, Margaret, and Michael. The voices told her to go help the Dauphin, Charles VII, to be crowned king. After Joan started hearing the voices, she cut her long hair, put on men's clothes, and ran away. She then went to Vaucouleurs to see the governor, Lord Robert de Baudricourt, so he could help her get to Chinon to help the Dauphin get crowned. Once Lord Baudricourt finally agreed to help her, Joan went to Chinon with some of Lord Baudricourt's soldiers. When she was on her journey, a lot of people came to her and formed her army. Even once she got to Chinon, the Dauphin could not leave, for risk of being captured or killed by the English. So it was Joan and her army's responsibility to conquer all the French places that the English had captured. Joan was a merciful conqueror, never stealing or burning down villages. Sadly, in Compiègne, Joan was captured and ransomed to the English. She then went to court and was charged with heresy, which was going against the rules of the church. She was charged with wearing men's clothes and saying that she heard the voice of God. She was thrown in jail, had a false trial, and was found guilty. She signed a confession, but then later recanted. Joan was convicted of heresy by the English and was burned at the stake in the marketplace in Rouen on May 30th, 1431. When Joan fought all of her battles, she fought with the guidance of God. Most of her soldiers were fighting with her because they thought she had been sent from God. One of her most famous battles was the Battle of Orleans. Against all odds, Joan and her army beat the English, who had captured Orleans. Afterwards, Charles VII had more of France in his power. King Charles didn't support Joan throughout her trial. After her death, he began to investigate and look at Joan's court papers. He discovered that Joan had an unfair trial. Charles discussed it with the court, and her ruling was overturned. In 1920, 500 years after her death, she was canonized as a saint by the Catholic Church. When I went to Quebec 2 years ago with my family, we saw a statue of Joan of Arc on her horse with her sword held high. I think the statue was there because Quebec is French Roman Catholic and so is Joan. I also think that it was wrong of the English to give Joan an unfair trial. If I could go back in time, and if I were an English judge, I wouldn't have given Joan an unfair trial. Or, if I was King Charles, I would have supported Joan much more than he did. I wonder what would have happened to Charles if Joan the Maid didn't support him. But all I know is that she was an awesome woman warrior during the medieval times, and I really wish that she was still alive so that she could help me present this project.